which is Journalism and International Studies. So this is something I don't know much about, and I was looking forward to it. I'm like, this is going to be great. This is going to be so interesting and so new. The first class I went to, it was International Relations and Politics. And you know, the first day you introduce yourself to the teacher, and the teacher introduces himself to you. And what our teacher said was pretty fascinating. He told us all that we should all write on a second grade level and not even try to do anything beyond that. Okay. And then finally, when we all said, well, we're in college, and he's like, oh no, you're not capable of anything better. Cool. This brings me to the point that teach teachers to teach. There is a problem that some teachers don't want to teach us, or they're just not capable of it. And we're in college for different reasons, but whatever the reason is, we all want the same thing. We want to get a degree, and we want to go into the world knowing what we do. I want to go with a degree saying that I'm a professional in this. And when I go to the workplace, I want to be able to do it. I want to get that training that I need and be like, okay, let's go. I'm ready. OCU Daily Barometer, reported by Rose Hansen, says that if the teacher is liked, attendance and participation will be expected from students. And that's true. I mean, if you like your teacher, you're going to go, right? I mean, if I love my teacher, you see my hand up, and I'm going to say things that I hope are true. And even if I'm wrong, I don't feel like I'm going to get punished. It is a trial and error. I learn from it. And good teaching is crucial. Knowledge is power. And I'm at school right now. I'm in college to gain that knowledge. I'm not going to write on the second grade level because I'm trying to achieve something bigger and higher. The problem is that we're not getting what we're paid for. Tuition is expensive. I mean, have you seen those numbers? And besides that, we got so much pressure of fitting in and, you know, doing good on grades, meeting our parents' expectations. Now that we're in college, we care what we get that A for. We want an A, and we want to know what we got it for. Florida Times Union reported the Secretary of Education, Arnie Duncan, saying that educators are doing a mediocre job. I'm not the only one who recognizes this. There is a problem. We come to class and we have teachers tell us, okay, just write something while I read this newspaper. I don't want that. I want them to talk to me. I want them to communicate with me. Tell me, this is what you're getting out of this class. This is what you need for the real world. And we see this, we're starting to recognize this more and more because we're looking at who we're teaching to be those teachers. Also, Matthew Iglesias, who's a philosopher, he made this chart saying that 17% of people have a college education but no degree. Now, the rest of the 83% are people who didn't go to high school, didn't graduate high school, got a GED, did not go to college or graduate with a degree and have a successful job. The 17% are those who don't have that. That's a big number. Going to school and dropping out, why go to school then? Why go to college? That's pretty miserable. And bad teachers are not the only reason. As I said, there's such thing as tuition. Some just can't afford it, and others have found a job that, you know, satisfies them and they meet ends meet. But we're trying to get that number lower. We're trying to get students to graduate and go off and work as these amazing agents of change. We want those people to be educated and know what they're doing. So one way to start that is to getting our teachers educated, I guess. I also had the opportunity of taking an interview from Education and Human Services Administrator here at the University of North Florida, John Kepman. And he was telling me, we were talking about this whole thing, that it is a problem. You know, some teachers have been in the business for so long, they just don't want to teach. And then there are others who are just starting and don't have the experience. Well, one of the things that's being done is the Intro to Diversity for Education. I'm a foreigner. So for me, communication is very important. There are certain words, phrases, or even meanings of, you know, something like, what's up? I may not understand it the first year I'm here. So it is crucial to me that the teacher understands that I might have some problems and they try to address that to me. We go to college once again for different reasons. I know a person who went to college just for the challenge. They want to see how far they can go. I went to college because I came to the US for opportunities, and I want to get that big piece of paper saying you graduated, you have a bachelor's degree, and you're ready for the world. So whatever the reason is, we want the end result. We want the same end result. We want to walk out of there with that cap and gown, tall and proud. And there are things we can do on a large scale. There is Florida Education Accomplished Practices, which are guidelines to how teachers should grade their students and how they should teach the class. Well, the agents of this program should really start coming more and sitting in classes, and then after talking to the students saying, what did you learn? Did you understand this? How do you like your teacher? Another thing I saw is, how many of you know this website called ratemyprofessor.com? Raise your hands. Everybody knows it. I went on it just because I wanted to see how cool it would be to know who's going to teach me and the opportunity of dropping classes if you don't like the teacher. Well, don't take it seriously all the time. If you have like a good evaluation about the teacher, and then one person says, I didn't like him, that's not much, but some people actually say a lot. And if this is enforced, you'll see more teachers getting a better result. Another thing that we can do, right now we're filling out this little paper. It's about orange or pink, and it's the student-teacher evaluation. Guess what? If you take that seriously, this problem can be solved. Those little things you have to bubble in, don't just do it because you want to check if your pen's working right. Take that seriously. I talked to Kevin about that, and he said, you know what, that little section at the bottom where you get to put your personal opinion, write something. Write something you really mean. Even if it's just the fact that you love the class, tell the teacher that. They read it themselves, and so does the higher board. Another thing you can do is go talk to your teacher. If there's something you don't like, or, you know, you just don't understand like me, what's up? Go and talk to them. Tell them, I don't understand this, or I don't agree with your methods. Don't walk in there saying, you're doing the wrong job. No. Walk in and say, here's my problem. How can we solve this? And of course, there's a chair of department up if that doesn't give you results. So, once again, we come to college. We want to be those people that when you talk to them, you feel that they're confident. We want to be able to speak about our futures and other people's futures and about the job we're doing with pride. And if we do solve this problem, we're going to have amazing grades, you guys. We're going to have A's. And there's going to be so much less stress. You have to fit in with all these groups. You have to make sure your parents are proud of you. And another thing is that I think is very important, that you'll know who to go and ask questions. If you don't understand something, you're going to know where to get those answers. If it's not from a person, you'll later on find out how to find those answers on your own. If we don't solve this problem, America is going to be the least educated country. No, opportunities right here. Let's come here and make this place worth it. I really think that the amount of dropouts right now should go down. And that's why I'm addressing this problem. We need good educators. It is our responsibility to kind of encourage them to teach good. As I said, there are a couple teachers that just started that don't know how to do their business. So instead of being a teacher that you think of this, don't blame them. Sometimes it's not their fault. Do something about it. It is your responsibility. Your grade. It's not just the teacher's fault. We want somebody confident. Somebody you look at and you're already getting knowledge just by looking at them. So it's partially our responsibility too. Talk to them. Go and take these evaluations seriously. Trust me, there'll be a big change if you do that. And to finish this presentation, I want to end it with a quote. The mediocre teacher tells, the good teacher explains, the superior teacher demonstrates, and the great teacher inspires. So let's all strive for those inspiring teachers and then later inspire ourselves.